following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. So what happens when you fall asleep and you wake up at 11:57? You got a lot of work to do in just a couple minutes. My name is Ron Jucker. Welcome to the program for this 13th day of August 2025, playing the games of September 14th, 1956. The Yankees and Tigers, are a half game apart. The Yankees have won 80 and lost 60. The Tigers have won 79 and lost 60. They start a weekend series in Detroit, which is pretty gosh darn important. We know now that the Brooklyn Dodgers have won the National League. It's all over. It's all over now. Hilda opened up the champagne and drank it all by herself. So the Yankees and Tigers in Detroit with again, we really haven't eliminated anybody. 5 teams within 4 games with 2 weeks to go. Don Larson gets a call for the Yankees. He'll pitch a rather important game in October, maybe. We'll see about that. It's the Yankees and the Tigers next, as Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 1956. From Briggs Stadium in Detroit, Michigan, it is the Detroit Tigers and the New York Yankees. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find Dave and Vinny today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. So it is Hal Woodishick making his 1956 debut, and advantage Yankees. Hal, in real life, was 0-2 with a 13.5 ERA. We'll see how long I keep him in here for, and he will go against Don Larson. And the weather on this September 14th is beautiful, 80 degrees. It's a day game. Winds blowing right to left at 7. And as we said, the Tigers are a half game behind New York. Game 141 for the Yankees, game 140 for the Tigers. Woodishick is 24. He'll make 2 starts and last a combined 5 1/3 in those starts. How you doing, Steve? He throws a fastball at 85 and is quite hittable. He was brought up yesterday. The rest of his numbers: 12 hits, a home run, he walked 3, and struck out 1. The Yankees line up like this. Hank Bauer in right will lead off. Andy Carey moves up to second today. He'll play third. Mickey Mantle, on the verge of winning the Triple Crown, is in center. He'll go third. Yogi Berra behind the plate, batting fourth. Bill Skowron will bat fifth and play first base. Gil McDougald at short will go sixth. Billy Martin at second will bat seventh. No Country Slaughter today. Elson Howard in left batting eighth. And Don Larson on the mound for New York will go ninth. Woodishick can give you 80 pitches. How many innings that translates out to, who knows, but he can give you 80. Oh, Paul's on vacation from Saco, Maine. How are you? The first Burger King I ever went to was in Saco, Maine. The defense for the Tigers: Charlie Maxwell an 8 and a 6 and left. That was in 1977, by the way. Bill Tuttle an 8 and a 7 in center. Al Kaline a 10 and a 9 in right. And I don't think I had any pickles on my burger because they made it my way. Ray Boone a 5 at third. Harvey Keene a 6 and a 7 at short. Frank Bowling an 8 and a 6 at second. Jack Phillips is a 7 at first. That is Charlie Lau, who is making his second of 3 appearances on the year. He is a 4 and a 4 behind the plate, just in case you ever wonder where he got his start from. It was in Detroit. And Woodishick is a 4 on the mound with a 1,000 fielding percentage. So that's the setup for you. Bauer at 241, 21 homers, and 78 RBI. Looks like the Yankees should be the safe bet in the poll. Good. Went and caught a full Portland Sea Dogs game last night. 3 homers over their green monster, Hadlock Field. Pitch to Bauer is a surprise, a base hit to left, and that's how this one starts. Andy Carey at 257, 8 homers and 72 RBI. When the Portland club started, or at least this iteration of minor league baseball in Portland, pitch to Carey is a slow chopper. That's a bunt. Boone will grab it, throws to Bowling, and Carey is retired. Bauer moves up to second, 1 out. For Mickey Mantle hitting .341, 48 homers, and 122 RBI. Happy birthday, Greg. How are you? They were, I believe, when they opened in '92, the Florida Marlins Farm Club. They started a year before the Marlins took the field. Now, back in the early 80s, there was a ball club in Old Orchard Beach. They only made it a couple years. Pitch to Mantle. Mickey swings. Line drive to third. Boone is there, and Bauer has to go back. For Yogi Berra, hitting .295, 28 homers, 107 RBI. Glad you're doing well. So, yeah, I believe it was the Florida Marlins, and they had the teal and white uniforms, just like the Marlins did their first couple of years. Berra strikes out. So Woodishick survives the first. Didn't have that one in the pool. Half an inning in the books. Yankees get a hit. That's it. No score. So you have someone who's a relative unknown for the Tigers going against a real-life World Series hero, and Don Larson. Larson is 27, known as Knight Rider. Does he have a relationship with Kit? Easy, Don. Throw that fastball at 87. Larson making his 19th start. He is 8-8 on the replay with a 4.30 ERA. He is back in the rotation now, although he worked out of the pen against the Red Sox on September 5th, taking the loss in an 8-7 game, inning in a third, 30 pitches, 2 hits, 2 solo home runs in the process. On the third, he threw a complete game win over Baltimore, 5-4. So Larson, 161 innings. He has 2 shutouts, by the way. He shut out Baltimore and Boston about a month ago. 161 innings for Larson, 126 hits, 80 runs, 77 earned, 19 homers. He walked 76 and struck out 93. The teal was an interesting color. They had the helmets that were that turquoise, bluish green. The lineup the Tigers will put out there: Harvey Keene leads off at short. Jack Phillips at first will bat second. Charlie Maxwell in left will go third. Al Kaline in right cleans up. Ray Boone will bat fifth and play third. Bill Tuttle in center going sixth. Frank Bowling at second goes bat seventh. Charlie Lau, the hitting guru, and that's not a joke, behind the play batting eighth, and Woodishick, should he bat, will go ninth. Larson can give you 135 pitches. Defensively for the Yankees, Andy Carey a 5 at third, Gil McDougall a 7 and a 10 at short, Billy Martin a 6 and a 9 at second, Bill Skowron a 6 at first, Elson Howard a 6 and a 3 in left, Mickey Mantle at 8 and a 9 in center, and Hank Bauer a 6 and a 5 in right. Yogi Berra a 10 and a 9 at behind the plate, and Larson is just a 4 with a .923 fielding percentage. Harvey at .333, 13 homers and 81 RBI. Larson deals right center field. Bauer 1 out. For Jack Phillips, hitting .310, no homers and 23 RBI. How's Portland doing this year, Paul? There's a ground ball to McDougall. Gil throws it to first. 2 out. By the way, It's only one game tomorrow, but it will be an 11:30 start. I have a meeting at 1:30, so I got to be completely done by 1 at the latest. So 11:30 tomorrow. I believe it's the Red Sox White Sox. Charlie Maxwell at 328. 26 homers and 92 RBI. Why are the Tigers still in it? Because you got Harvey Keene hitting 333 and Maxwell hitting 328. And he draws the walk. And Al Kaline has driven in 114, hitting 294 and 24 home runs. Struck him out. Larson got him, and that'll do. No runs, no hits, no errors. Tigers leave on a runner, and we go to the second. The Yankees nothing, the Tigers nothing. So Skowron, McDougal, and Martin to face Woodashik here in the second. Moose at 291, 15 homers, and 64 RBI. The interesting thing when you reach this time of the year where, as we said, I believe the Yankees won the American League by 9 games, and you just start going through and seeing who you got in the farm system, is you never know when they're going to play well. I don't expect Woodashik to get past the third, but I didn't expect him to get out of the first unscathed either. There is a base hit left field. Maxwell will play it and throw it in. Second hit for the Yankees. The thing is, because the Yankees won so easily, no one is really kind of behind the 8 ball because everyone's in the same situation. Gil McDougal at 299, 5 homers and 40 RBI. The flip side of that is the National League, where the top 3 teams, Brooklyn, Milwaukee, and Cincy, will play their regulars right down to the end. Although in our replay, it's done and dusted. The Dodgers are selling World Series tickets. They won't have to burn them. McDougal drops one down. Phillips throws to Bowling. What are they bunting for? So 1 out. You're giving Howe free outs for Billy Martin, hitting 248, 8 homers and 47 RBI. So Skowron on second, 1 out. Woodashik deals. Martin flies this one to deep left field. Maxwell will cut it off and make the catch. So 2 out for Elston Howard, hitting 262, 3 homers and 41 RBI. Ellie up the middle, past Bowling for a base hit. Skowron all the way around third. Tuttle will uncork one of the plate, but the Moose is safe, and it's 1-0 New York. For Larson, you know that a pitcher is bad when the opposing pitcher in the outcome box is a .414 average. Larson at 259, oh, by the way, with 5 RBI and 7 doubles. That is into right center, and that will be a double as that goes all the way to the wall. Howard is going to score, and Larson has his 8th double of the year. So 2-0 New York. Opening 9 for Woodashik, 22 pitches, an inning and 2/3, 4 hits and a strikeout. Bauer singled. Left field, Maxwell, well hit and gone. So the Yankees now have a 4 spot on the board as Bauer hits his 22nd of the year. That's batting practice now for the Yankees. They timed him pretty well. So 4-0 New York, 2 out in the second for Andy Carey, who bunted his first time up. Tribe fan, how are you? Show up and the Yankees have an Abraham Lincoln 4-score inning. Yep. 1956 was a little longer than 7 years ago. Pitch to Carey, walked him. We'd like to get Hallen at bat here. Mantle 0 for 1. But that's going to be a challenge now that he can't get anybody out. The Yankees are going to commit larceny and take the Tigers' pennant away. Well, they are in first place by half a game. Fly ball, left field, Maxwell. Imagine that. All that offense and Mantle's 0 for 2. The Yankees put a 4 spot on the board, 4 hits and no errors. If you're watching in Gettysburg, we'll get your address soon after an inning and a half, 4-0 New York. So Boone, Tuttle, and Bowling to face Larson. Ray at 328, 29 homers, and 97 RBI. Next year before score. What did Parallel League say that got deleted? Pitch to Boone. There's a fly ball, left center field. Howard is there. Oh, you had the wrong message. It's okay, Steve. He just committed larceny with your message. You didn't do anything wrong. Bill Tuttle at 260, 13 homers and 69 RBI. Slapped down to third. Carey's got it over to Skowron for the out. And there's 2 away for Frank Bowling, hitting 258, 9 triples, 8 homers, and 46 RBI. How you doing, Andy? Sorry, we'll be 3 score next year if his score is 20 years. Yes. It would be 3.5 scores. 3 scores and a half. Because it would be 70 years next year. Todd B. This game is headed towards early TBS reruns of those crappy little rascal shorts with Froggy and Mickey. Well, beggars can't be choosers. As long as you visit our sponsors, you can change the channel. Bowling drops one down for a base hit. Yogi couldn't do anything with it, and that's the first hit for the Tigers. That will bring up Charlie Lau, one of the first real hitting gurus of the 70s. He was Lasorda's hitting coach, right? Charlie 1 for 4 on the replay, 2 for 9 in real life. I remember watching that live, Steve. The assassination of Buckwheat. Ote. Jeremiah has 2 games left in the 71 NL replay. Started October 2019. Congratulations. Who's going to your NLCS? Lau, center field. Mantle makes the catch, and that will do. Well, Hal, let's see if we can get you through the third so I can get you your at bat. Ted Turner would have been 17, appropriate since it was Channel 17 in 1956. It'll be Yogi, Skowron, and McDougald to face Woodishick here in the third. Yogi struck out his first time up. Yep. Dodgers Pirates, okay. And Todd B has Buckwheat's greatest hits on vinyl. Did you see the meme that's been making the rounds? It's that Buckwheat character in, the Sidney Sweeney outfit of the shirt and the denim jeans. Ote jeans. Pitch to Yogi. Fly ball to right. K-Line will turn and make the catch. I thought that was gone. 1 out for Bill Skowron, who singled and scored. My favorite Piscopo skit was with Eddie Murphy. And it's Frank Sinatra doing the duet with Stevie Wonder. You were blind as a bat and I'm high as a kite. Yeah, that was good. Good stuff. Good stuff. Pitch to Skowron. Center field. Back goes Tuttle. They're hitting him hard, but they're hitting him at fielders, and there's 2 out. Oh, that was the commercial just prior to his tragic. Really, was it? I just... just goes to show that everything old is new again. McDougald bunted his first time up. You saw Eddie Murphy in the pickup last night. He still looks young. He does look good, doesn't he? Ote Jeans. McDougal pops it up. Woodishick is going to get a 1-2-3 inning. Phillips on the grass makes the catch, and that will do. The Yankees go in order. Bet you didn't see that one coming. After 2.5, 4-0 New York. So Woodishick has earned an at-bat. He didn't have one in real life. So we can now talk about how realistic the game is here, right? He has a 113 batting average coming in, an on-base percentage of 117. So he's either going to single or walk, or probably get out. Fly ball, left field or third base, carry on the grass, and Max Andy will make the catch, 1 out. Yep, and I got the OT sign from Todd. Harvey Keene is 0 for 1. Larson, 41 pitches, 2 1/3, a hit, a walk, and a strikeout. Keene up the middle, base hit. That will get to Mickey Mantle, and Harvey has a single. That's the second Tiger hit. Jack Phillips is 0 for 1. Pitch to Phillips. Struck him out. That's 2 for Larson. A 1-2 breaking ball at the belt. 2 out for Charlie Maxwell, who has an 11-game hitting streak. He walked his first time up. Greg was a real SNL fan. He might have been the only one that year. Certain irresponsible members of the media had to make the killer as famous as the victim. John David Stutz. Was that Piscopo? Maxwell up the middle, base hit. Keene on his way to third, and the Tigers have runners on the corners, 2 out for Kaline, who struck out his first time up. Meanwhile, Greg's own network at the time was running Second City. Absolutely beyond hilarious. Kaline 0 for 1. Draws the walk, and the tying run is coming to the plate. In Ray Boone, who is 0 for 1. So Keene on third. Maxwell on second, Kaline on first. Are the Yankees really going to struggle facing a pitcher who only went 5 1/3 in 2 starts? He finished, Piscopo finished as Ted Koppel, saying, so there you have two famous people have died. Have it. What? I'll read that again. So there you have it. 2 famous people have died. Weird, wild stuff. Got ball 4. Boone goes to first on the walk, and Harvey Keene will score. It's 4-1. And now the go-ahead run is Tuttle, Buckwheat, and John David Stutz. Obviously, they're taking some poetic license with the assassination of John Lennon. Tuttle, by the way, is 0 for 1. The Ote Jeans. Just Ote. And, of course, that was the era when they stuffed Brooke Shields into a... I think they painted the Jordache onto Brooke Shields, but that's not for here nor there. Pitch to Tuttle. There's a line drive to third. Carey's got it. The Tigers are going to leave them loaded, but they're on the board. They got a run on 2 hits and no errors. After 3, New York 4, the Tigers 1. Ted Koppel's toupee is in the ABC Hall of Fame next to Cosell's. Yep. Billy Martin's 0 for 1. Greg is well, that's why you were such a good reporter, because having a photographic memory can be curious. You've heard the story about Mary Lou Henner, right? Pitch to Martin, Fly ball left or right center tunnel. They're hard hit, but they're catching them one out. For Elston Howard, who has an RBI single and scored in the second. No? Oh, what about Marv Albert's toupee? Yes! And it counts! A backbiting experience. Mary Lou Henner was born, and I don't remember the name of it, which will be ironic when I tell the story, where she literally has a photographic memory. She remembers every detail of her entire life. Good, bad, or indifferent. There's a ground ball to first. Phillips over to Woodashick, and Ellie's retired. So there's 2 out for Larson, who doubled home a run in the second and scored. Barb's toupees got more ridiculous as the years went on. I'm sure there are things we'd all like to forget, too. Barb's toupee was found in a house of ill repute. So that for her, it's a legitimate thing. There's a name for it, and the ironic thing is I can't remember it, but yeah, she remembers everything. Did Steve Albert wear one as well? Steve Allen did. A bad one. Pitch to Larson. There is another base hit in the left. That's going to get past Maxwell and all the way to the wall. And Larson has 2 doubles today. He has 2 of the Yankees' 6 hits. 18 batters deep. Woodashick has exceeded our expectations. 53 pitches, 3 2/3, 6 hits. The home run to Hank Bauer at the plate. A walk and a strikeout. He was looking for love, but he had to pee. Looking for free love, but I had to pay. Oh. Sinatra wore one. Yeah, you got to root for the Yankees there, John. Cosell was notorious. Bauer, by the way, 2 for 2. A singled homer, driven in 2. Sinatra threatened Mike Royko with a fist fight over Royko exposing Sinatra's rug. But when you wear a hat on your album covers, it's not just for fashion. Jimmy Stewart apparently had a rug too. Pitch to Bauer, fly ball, left field. Maxwell will come down with it. So Woodashick has made it through 4. The Yankees threaten but do not score. No runs, a hit, no errors. 3.5 in the books, 4-1. Yeah, Larson could hit, Andy says. Wow, he had 7 hits in a row. That's pretty good. Yeah, Reynolds always had one. After I read this, let's do the standings first. Brooklyn has won the National League. In the American League, the Yankees a half game on Boston, a half game on Detroit, 4 over Chicago, and 4 over Cleveland. Mantle is in line to win the Triple Crown. And so, between the first and second season of Star Trek, I saw a letter going through the expenses, and in the letter, this says, we've tried to get Bill's hairpiece back, referring to Shatner several times, and we're going to have to get a cheaper one for season 2 because we're going to have to write off the first one. Yeah, Boston's right there. Yeah, Shatner. Have you ever met Bill? Bowling, by the way, is a single. Boston and Detroit, I think, are the real surprises in this replay. Bowling right back up the box. Larson throws to first for the out. For Charlie Lau, who's 0 for 1. Lau in the left field. Back goes Howard, and Elston will make the catch. 2 out. For Woodashick, who's going to get another at-bat. He's 0 for 1. Right field, well hit. Bauer will track it down, and the Tigers go in the fourth. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the fifth. Yankees 4, Tigers 1. Yep, Bert's rug shagged a lot of babes. Sally Field, Lonnie Anderson, Dinah Shore. See how you worked that? You weaved it right in, Todd. A good weave. Greg's uncle knew him and didn't like him. And, yeah, Shatner does not strike me as the world's nicest guy. Apparently he was trained in Shakespeare and moved it to when he got the captain's chair in Star Trek. Andy Carey walked his first time up and bunted. Your uncle served with James Doohan. Thanks, Todd. Did Parallel League pass out that I actually made a pun? Jimmy Doohan was Canadian. The accent was for the TV show. It wasn't his real life accent. He's from what, Newfoundland? Pitch to Carey. There's a ground ball past Phillips and fair ball. Kaline plays it off the wall. Carey going for 3, and he's in there with his third triple. Charlie Lau for the Royals and White Sox. Okay. But the real first hitting guru, Doug Rao, pitched for the Dodgers. Charlie was a coach for Whitey Herzog and Tony La Russa then. Mickey Mantle, by the way, is 0 for 2. Vancouver. Okay. Mantle this time rips a hit. Maxwell will throw back in, and let's see what we got for, because no pitcher that can't pitch ever can get easy outs after we don't pitch hit for him. Yogi Berra, by the way, 0 for 2 with the K. Dave Gardner claiming that Bobby Orr was overrated. Don't know if Dave and the Coyote have been sharing a bottle or not. Who we got here? Nobody. Oh my goodness. We have absolutely nobody. Yeah, he lost a finger in the service. Yeah. I have Sunday's second starter. That's it. Yeah, I think the Tigers are going to write this one off, don't you? How are we playing a game in the middle of September and you only have 6 pitchers? Wojtek got shelled last night, and Bunning and Masterson came out of the pen, and that's what's going to happen in this one. Bob. Could have been injuries. Bob Stanley, where are you? He was probably filling a diaper, which means he would have pitched about that well. Yogi Berra, as we said, 0 for 2 with a K. Fly ball, right center field. Tuttle off the wall. Thought he had it, didn't have it. Mantle around third. Berra is into second with a double, and it's 6-1. It's a clear afternoon, 82 degrees. No one's praying for rain now. Yeah, and there's a doubleheader Sunday. And again, remember, the Tigers were not in this race in real life. Bill Skowron 1 for 2. He has singled and scored. Nobody out, 6-1 New York. Lau and Woodishick have a word. Skowron left field. Maxwell going back to the wall. Turns and watches it fly away. Well, I wonder if we're going to get a position player to pitch in this one before it's over. So it's now an 8-1 game. So much for the Tigers trying to make it one. So Masterson, the first out of the pen. Walt has pitched the last 2 days. Bullfrog. Jeremiah, your brother. As we said, I think we had some injuries. The Tigers were certainly out of it in real life at this point. That would be my guess. That's what the Brewers did to Paul Skeens last night. Uh-oh. Greg, the Texas Rangers won your Jim Clancy season in '77. Underrated team for the era. Masterson 3-3, a 3.40 ERA, making his 40th appearance. Walt is 36, fastball pitcher 85, and a ground ball plus pitcher. Third day in a row, which is why he's tired. The Senators beat the Tigers twice. Last night it was 4-2. A third of an inning, 11 pitches, and a walk. Overall for Walt, 45 innings, 45 hits, 19 runs, 17 earned. He's allowed 3 homers, 28 walks, and 32 strikeouts. Jim Kern was a stud out of the pen. You're right. Also was good for the Indians. So McDougal 0 for 1. There is a ground ball to Keene over to Phillips, 2 out. Did you guys catch the phenomenon in the sky last night? Not the meteor shower, but the rocket. Billy Martin, by the way, 0 for 2. Masterson deals. Another ground ball to Keene. Harvey throws it over to Phillips, and that will do. Halfway home, it rained here for the first time in 2 weeks. And it's cooled off. Yankees 8, Tigers 1. There's 2 out. I miscounted outs. Nelson Howard says, "Excuse me, sir, do I get an at-bat?" Yes, sorry, you do. Base hit left field. Maxwell throws it back in. Back when he had real saves. Port in Toronto. Feeling for our friends in the Milwaukee and Wisconsin area. They had 11 inches of rain over the weekend. Don Larson, by the way, 2 for 2 today. He has doubled twice, driven in a run, and scored. Yeah, you can smell the rain here. And Larson draws the walk. So Larson has reached base all 3 times. Here's Masterson. Hank 2 for 3. A single, a home run, and driven in 2. Raining in Toronto today as well. Pitch to Bauer. Chopper over Boone. Fair ball. Howard will score. Larson is around third. He will score. And the Yankees are just taking batting practice. It's 10-1. So Bauer needs a triple for the cycle. He does have 9 on the replay. Yeah, I remember there was a book, Steve. Lousy 70s Rangers called the season in hell. They won the West in my 78 replay and went to the World Series. Pitch to Carey, and that is in the left field. That will drop. I don't have any other pitchers, okay? Here's Mickey Mantle, 1 for 3. Where's Bart? Mickey has a single, his 123rd RBI, and scored his 120th run. And Mantle draws the walk. We'll test Uncle Ron's patience here. Yeah, we're kind of looking at a mercy rule here, aren't we? Here's Yogi Berra, 1 for 3, a double, an RBI, a run scored, and a strikeout. Masterson and Lau have a word. Walt. Fly ball, right center. Tuttle. And the inning is mercifully over, but not before the Yankees put up 7 on 7 hits. We'll go through it all in a moment. Yankees 11, Tigers 1. Well, if you joined us late, just go visit the sponsors and you're good. The Yankees 11 runs, 13 hits, no errors. The Tigers a run on 3 hits and no errors. In the second, the Yankees sent 8 to the plate and score 4 times. Elston Howard, an RBI single to score Bill Skowron to make it 1-0. Then Don Larson, who's had himself a day, an RBI double to score Ellie Howard to make it 2-0. Then Hank Bauer, a 2-run shot to make it 4-0. In the third, the Tigers got 1 back, and we thought it might be a ball game. They put 7 to the plate. Charlie Maxwell now has a 12-game hitting streak, and Ray Boone had a bases-loaded walk to make it 4-1. But just a moment ago, the Yankees bat around. They send up 12 and score 7 runs. Mickey Mantle singled home Max Carey. Yogi Berra doubled home Mickey Mantle. Bill Skowron, a 2-run shot, is 16th. Hank Bauer doubled home 2. Andy Carey singled home Bauer. Don Larson, a 3-hitter through 4. 1 run, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Hal Wodashik in his season debut, 4 innings, 10 hits, 4+ innings, 10 hits, 8 runs, all earned, 2 homers, a walk, and a strikeout. Walt Masterson just pooped on the bed. 3 hits, 1 inning, 3 runs, all earned, and 2 walks. 77 Rangers are Todd B are hanging in against the 80 Royals and 79 Angels. They have 2 good Hall of Fame pitchers. Gaylord Perry's there, isn't he? Along with Fergie Jenkins. Harvey Keene, by the way, 1 for 2. Harvey has a single and a run scored. Larson, 82 pitches, 4 innings, 3 hits, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Yeah, Andy, it's raining here, so I'm sure you'll get some rain a little bit later. 77 78 Rangers are awesome. 77 and 81 lost the World Series in your strat. 81 too. 77 of the Phillies after blowing a 3-1 lead, and the 81 Dodgers after blowing a 3-0 lead. Ouch. Yep, the 78 Rangers made my World Series. Spoiler alert, David. And I think they lost in 5. Strat Digital Diamond 81 was Action PC. Jenkins was there, that's right, because Jenkins was with Boston. How you doing, Mike in the truck? Harvey Keene, 1 for 2 with a run scored. That is into center field for a base hit. So let's see how much the Tigers can come back down 10. Jack Phillips 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Oh, John Matlack. Yep. Oh, Burt Blyleven. Thanks, Todd. And Matlack. Opening day 78 for the Rangers was against the Yankees. Matlack and Guidry. To Martin over to first, and Keene is doubled off. Well, some days it's just not your day. 2 out for Maxwell, who has a walk and a single. And Doc Ellis, who claims not only to have been under the influence of a substance throwing a no-hitter, I've heard him claim that he never pitched straight and sober. Can you imagine that? In the right center, Mantle going back. Will make the catch. We go to the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, and a double play. After 5, Yankees 11, Tigers 1. So Skowron, McDougald, and Martin. Bill 2 for 3, his single, homered, driven in 2, scored twice. That is a line shot past Bowling into center field, and that's Skowron's 3rd hit. Doyle Alexander was solid for the Rangers. Doyle Alexander was solid pretty much wherever he went. Gil McDougald is 0 for 2. Masterson now taking 1 for the team. John Matlack from Westchester, Pennsylvania. That's 2 words. Half the stuff in the town are named Matlack. That's up the middle, and that's a base hit, so we're going to have to come get Masterson. The Moose is on the loose. Oh, what up? Larry's tomorrow's starter. Foytak pitched yesterday. And Billy Heft and Gene Host pitch a doubleheader on Sunday. So you'll get Jim Bunning now for the third straight day. You too. Bunning, 14th appearance, 0-1, a 4.68 ERA, 25 years old, fastball at 88, and a fly ball pitcher. As we said, has pitched now 3 days in a row. He went 2 innings in yesterday's loss to Washington 4-2. 27 pitches, a hit. He walked 2 and struck out 1. 25 innings, 23 hits, 15 runs, 13 earned. 2 homers. He's walked 12 and struck out 11. Billy Martin, despite the fact the Yankees have 15 hits, is 0 for 3. Into left center field, Maxwell going back. Will make the catch. Did you see Saturday night the kicker from Jacksonville hit the 70-yarder? Elson Howard, by the way, 2 for 3. He has singled twice, driven in a run, and scored twice. Popped up. Lau will make the catch, and there's 2 out for Don Larson, who is 2 for 2 with a walk, 2 doubles, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. So Skowron on second, McDougal on first. Bunning and Lau will have a word. And he strikes out Larson. All that, and the Yankees put a bagel up in the 6th. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. After 5.5, it's the Yankees 11, the Tigers 1. So Kaline, Boone, and Tuttle to face Larson here in the 6th. Al has walked and struck out. He's 0 for 1. Up the middle, base hit. So Kaline has a single. 5th hit for the Tigers. Here's Ray Boone. Ray walked home the lone Tigers run in the 3rd. Now that would be an interesting rule. Anything over 60 yards in the NFL would be worth 4 points. So apparently they've changed the rule this year for the kicking footballs, which, as you know, are different from the line of scrimmage regular play footballs. So they now get them a lot earlier, and so they can break them in and such. Fly ball left field. Back goes Howard. Elston will make the catch. 2 out. Kaline back to first. But I saw the clip of that. That kick would have been good for 73 yards. So expect someone to try. It was at the end of the half, by the way. So expect that 65-yarder, which is now the record, to be gone. You'll try it because you can play with the footballs a little more. Bill Tuttle 0 for 2. Dave Cutler, who kicked for Edmonton from the 60s to the early 80s, hit a 71-yarder in an exhibition game against Saskatchewan. Wow. You kicked from a tee, though, in the CFL, right? Cutler had been drafted by the Packers, but pulled a hamstring and camp. And they would go with Chester Markle instead. The old WFL. Oh, Gardner, are you still watching? The old WFL had a 4-pointer for over 50. Todd, my super jock kicker, made plenty of 70-yarders. Oh, there's no T in the CFL. Okay. Until Todd's cat ran off with a plastic ball. Let's all feel bad for Todd. Tuttle 0 for 2. Struck him out. 3 for Larson, 2 out. That's remarkable. Tony Franklin, the old barefoot kicker. Of course, they used a tee in college. And we're on that old-fashioned artificial surface. Bowling, by the way, 1 for 2. Didn't he, like, plug a couple 65, 66-yarders? Got him! Larson strikes him out. He chased an 0-2 curveball, and that'll do. Tigers get a hit. They've left on 6. After 6, 11-1 New York. His longest regular season kick for Cutler was 59, which is still a long way away. Yes, violin music for Todd. 65 for Franklin at Texas A&M. That's okay. Todd got revenge when Evel Knievel jumped over the cat one day when she was sleeping. There. You're welcome, Todd. We'll have a drum circle later. Hank Bauer, by the way, leading off for the Yankees here in the 7th. 3 for 4 today. He needs a triple for the cycle. He has a double, a home run, and he's driven in 4. Popped up. Left side. Keene. Waits. 1 out. For Andy Carey, 2 for 2. A single, a triple, an RBI, and a run scored. In the Sun Bowl, now that would have been interesting, Greg, because as someone who lived near El Paso in the late 70s, it is not always warm. The thing with El Paso is it is at elevation. When I lived in Las Cruces, we actually, if we baked stuff, we had to read the high elevation baking directions. Yeah, Evil certainly had 9 lives, Steve, for sure. Left center field, back goes Tuttle. He'll chase it down. No, he won't. He drops it. And makes the catch. He played hot potato with it. I got it, I got it, I don't got it, I don't got it. Yeah. It's a good thing we're not doing any more of this series. Mickey Mantle, 1 for 3. A single, an RBI, a run scored, and a walk. Get back to the game mentioned for a bit. I got a note from somebody who watched that Senators game. Now, this season is supposed to have as-played lineups. And so, if you remember the day that Harmon Killebrew couldn't pivot playing second base, well, someone looked it up, and Killebrew didn't play second in that series. He would go on to play third, I think, the rest of the way for that. So if you see an error in the as played, and I'm not sure if this season's been redone because Dave has redone a number of them, send it off to support at dksports.com and let him know so that can be fixed. Yep, John, that's exactly what I was... every time I see that, Captain Tuttle from MASH. Was Marty Robbins ever spotted in El Paso? El Paso City on the Rio Grande. Struck him out. Stretch time, 11-1 New York. John reached out about the pre-74 rule and never heard back. Well, this is a whole topic of songs that you think are one word, Steve, that turns out to be the other. There's a lot. I mean, one of the reasons why Brooklyn, I think, won the league this year so easily was that they just went with Clem Labine, and he has 27 saves. The computer figured it out. Charlie Lau is 0 for 2. Larson deals. Charlie in the right center. Mantle will track it down. 1 out for Bunning. We'll bat here. He's 3 for 7 on the year with 3 doubles. You also reached out to Mark at Digital Diamond. He thanked you but didn't fix it. There is a ground ball to Martin. Alfred throws it over to Skowron, and that will be the second out for Harvey Keene. 2 for 3. Larson, 27 deep, 6 2/3, 120 pitches, 5 hits, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Harvey Keene, 2 for 3 today. He has singled twice and scored. Fly ball right field. Back goes Bauer to the wall, and Hank will make the catch. We go to the 8th. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 7, 11-1 New York. Yeah, Todd, that's why I don't play it. It's just such a pain in the tuchus to do a custom season. If you are, however, a huge fan of as-played seasons, it is great. It's all in there. Play it with whatever game you want to play it in. I believe SI Baseball is now part of the base, isn't it? Yogi Berra, 1 for 4, a double, an RBI, and a run scored. Has anyone tried the board game companion for Action PC Basketball, or has that not been released yet? I know the season's out. Pitch to Berra. That's a base hit left center field. Tuttle throws it back in. 16th hit for the Yankees. Here's Skowron. Bill, 3 for 4. He has singled twice, homered, driven in 2, and scored twice. I actually have 24-25 in bank shot. I'd be very curious to see how that combo worked. Base hit, center field. Tuttle will pick it up. Yogi on his way to third. Hasn't, released on the 26th, so a couple weeks. I wasn't planning on buying it. I bought above the rim. Gil McDougall, 1 for 3, a single. Berra on third, Skowron on first. If it works, I hope he does it for the football game. I have all those solitaire pro seasons. And Action PC Football is dead on accurate. Yeah. So I definitely would try some bank shot with it for sure. Pitch to McDougall. That's a base hit. Now I got Paul Bunning. Maxwell throws it back in. Barris scores. It's 12-1. We'll give him Billy Martin. See if we can run into a double play. Billy 0 for 4. Skowron on second. McDougall on first. Remember, tomorrow, 11:30, but only one game. Because I have a 1:30 meeting. Martin. Keene's going to grab it, bowling for 1, and Billy's going to reach on the fielder's choice as the throw to first is not in time. So Skowron on third, Martin on first for Elson Howard. Ellie 2 for 4. He singled twice, driven in a run, and scored twice. I think Dave likes playing the game. Base hit right field. Skowron will score. Martin will hold in second, and we got to go get Jim Bunning. Oh my gosh. Now what do I do? I guess we got to go through and bring in a position player, right? Ugh. So, we're going to bring in Reno Bertoya. They have 39. They only dressed 21 for this game, and have 7 pitchers. Ridiculous. So Bertoya played in 22 games in real life. He's 21 years old. And he is the sacrificial lamb, as everyone else either pitched last night or will pitch over the weekend. Oh, Dave lost his replay basketball seasons in a computer crash. He just needs. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Pete will set him back up again. I don't know if Dave's still here or not. So, to face Don Larson, who is 2 for 3, he has doubled twice, driven in a run, and scored twice. Got away from Lau, and that's a pass ball. And Larson walks. For Bauer, who can hit a triple here for the cycle, he's 3 for 5. He has single, doubled, homered. Driven in 4 and scored twice. And he walked him, so another run scores. I will let him know. All right, gang, how much more of this game do you want to see? It's 14-1. They have no one other pitcher they can use. Andy Carey, 2 for 3, a triple, an RBI, a run scored, and a walk. That's actually put into play for a base hit. Maxwell will throw it back in, and it's now 15-1. The Yankees have 20 hits. Mickey Mantle, 1 for 4, an RBI, a run scored, a walk, and a strikeout. A 57-mile-an-hour fastball is hit high and deep and on the roof. Mickey Mantle has taken one out at Tiger Stadium. Oh my word, it's 19-1. And for Mantle, says 444, but that was a monster shot. Here it is again. Mickey just absolutely nailed that one. Todd B says no autoplay. That hit the roof. Bertoa had an interesting journey. Born in Mexico. Yeah, that was. Born in Mexico, went to school in Windsor, Ontario, and the University of Ann Arbor. Local kid making good if he had money on the Yankees. Here's Yogi, 2 for 5, a double, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. Mantle and Bauer have driven in 5 today. And Yogi gets hit. Yeah, that was quite intentional. Here's Skowron, 4 for 5, a homer and 2 RBI. That's it. That's a fight. Skowron gets hit. He throws a punch. Bertoa hits a punt, throws a punch. Oh, my word. So now what do we do? This game was conceived while watching Reno 911. I honestly don't. Gene Host, I guess. Well, what can we tell you about Gene Host, who hasn't pitched this year? Greg went to a Blue Jays game where Ellie Hendricks pitched in a 24-10 Blue Jays win. Or 10 home runs hit. Yep. Paging Schoolboy Rowe. Is Schoolboy Rowe available? Calling down to Brooklyn to see if they can get Rex Barney. Host made one start, and that will be Sunday. 5 innings, 9 hits. He's 23. He throws a fastball at 88. His job, 4 outs. McDougal, 2 for 4. An RBI. This is not the best way to sell Action PC Baseball for sure. Pitch to McDougal. There's a chopper down to third. Boone won't. Boone's going to try it. Over to Phillips, and it's an error. And everybody moves up. So it's now 20-1. Billy Martin, and Billy Martin is still 0 for on the day. He does have a run scored. Oh my word. Fly ball. Are you going to go 0 for 6 in the game? They put in 20 runs. Yep, Maxwell will make the catch. Scouring back to tag. Martin just opens up a Strohs on first, and you get the ID Jester's star, and it's 21-1. Oh my word! Here's Howard, 3 for 5. Has singled 3 times, 2 RBI, and has scored 3. Can you imagine that? 22 hits. I mean, the pitcher is 2 for 3 today, for goodness sakes. And Martin is 0 for 5. What a bum. Howard gets hit. The only thing missing from this is a bunch of Russians, Bobby Clark and Kerry Frazier. So Larson 2 for 3 with a double. 2 doubles. An RBI, 3 runs scored. He's walked twice and struck out. Ground ball to Phillips. Takes it to the bag. And finally, we're done. Finally, 10 runs, 7 hits in an hour. And you get a beating, and you get a beating, and you get a... Everyone gets one. So it'll be Phillips, Maxwell, and Kaline. And by the way, Bauer in the 9th will get the chance for the cycle. Jack is 0 for 3 with a K. Ground ball to third. Carey. Over to Scourin for the out. Charlie Maxwell 1 for 2. Is singled and walked. This might be the craziest game I've ever done. You know what? That game in 49 that had all those errors and walks, I think that was a Yankee-Tiger game here too. Center field, Mantle. Already in his shower shoes, makes the catch, 2 out. The Yankees broke the scoreboard. Al Kaline 1 for 2. He is singled, walked, and struck out. Game can't handle more than 1 digit in an inning. And if you're familiar with ID Jester, you've heard that rant. Why is it that Stratomatic and other technology can't put a second digit in their scoreboard? I don't understand. Kaline draws the walk. Ray Boone 0 for 2. I've pretty much talked about everything I could talk about over the last hour and 9. Ray Boone has an RBI and a walk. Yeah, he is right. Barra and Larson have a word. Boone, right center field. Back goes Bauer. Well hit and caught. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the 9th. I wonder if this one is going to, if the Tigers have a chance. It's the Yankees 21, the Tigers 1. So Bauer, again, his second chance here to get the cycle. He's 3 for 5. He has singled, homered, and doubled. Driven in 5 today. Him and Mickey Mantle. Struck him out. No cycle. Here's Andy Carey. Andy 3 for 4. He has tripled. Driven in 2, scored twice, walked, and has 3 hits. Yep, the Lions just need to summon up Greg Landry. Ground ball to Keene, over to Phillips. 2 out. For Mickey Mantle, 2 for 5 today, hitting .342, 49 homers, and 127 RBI. He's now 3 for 6 on the day as he punches a single into left field. For Yogi Berra, 2 for 5, a single, a double, an RBI, and 3 runs scored. Mantle goes. Ground ball past Phillips, past Kaline. Mantle stopped. Kaline goes to get it. Mickey turns on the afterburners and scores. Berra digging for third. He's got a triple. They're playing like George Plimpton is under center. Frank, it's an abomination of the National Football League to be this inept. It is now 22-1 New York. And if y'all get quad of candlesticks after this, here's Bill Skowron, the Moose, 4 for 5. He has singled 3 times, hit a home run, and driven in 2. Host, being congenial, right back up the box over to Phillips. And the Yankees are finally done. They did leave on 10, however. So, 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors. Can you bear the tension out there? The Tigers need 21 to tie and 22 to win. Not even Gene Rayburn can do that. Bill Tuttle 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Larson starts the 9th. There's a fly ball, right field. Back goes Bauer. And Hank makes a miraculous catch 30 feet short of the track, 1 out. On the edge of your seat. Greg's been hitting sauce. Here's Frank Bowling, 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out. There is a ground ball pass carry for, is that a hit? Yes, it is. Howard's going to field it off the wall. Bowling's in the second with the 17th double. So the Tigers now will go to the bench. Going to go with Jim Small. Small, 385 as a pinch hitter and has driven in 15. Overall, 402, 6 doubles, 3 triples, and 27 RBI. Ground ball to McDougal. Over to Skowron, and Small is out. Bowling goes on to third on the bang banger. Last chance saloon will be Red Wilson. Wilson is a pinch hitter at 333. Overall, 336, 10 homers, and 49 RBI. Don Larson 1 out away from a complete game. His 9th of the win of the year, provided he doesn't give up another 21 runs. Base hit right center field. Bowling will score off the wall. Wilson's in the second, standing with his 11th double. And now it's 22-2. The excitement building here at Briggs Stadium. Harvey Keene, 2 for 4. He has singled twice and scored once. Base hit right center field. Bauer cuts it off. Wilson scores. It's 22-3. All this excitement with 2 out. Yankees don't need a stinking bullpen is right. Oh, my word. Not only the Tigers haven't hit, they have 8. Here's Phillips. He's 0 for 4 with a strikeout. There is a ground ball to Carey. They'll throw it over to first. Phillips is running, and he is out on a bang banger. And the Yankees win this nail-biter of a ball game 22-3. 3 hours and 11 fake minutes to tell you that Don Larson's going to be our MVP. Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Yes, you can do it. So the Yankees' lead is now a game on Boston. Larson, 9 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He walked 4 and struck out 4. Goes to 9-8. Bertoia, in the only pitching of his career, gets thrown out after giving up a homer to somebody. We won't read them all. It was just bad. Very, very bad. So Larson with the 2 doubles, the complete game win, your Digital Dice MVP. All right, the rest of this Friday night in baseball for you. We tried to make them fun. Wow, the city of New York scored 33 runs. The Giants at the Polo Grounds beat the Cardinals 11-1. Gomez 10-9. Paholski 11-12. Brandt hits 2 homers, drives in 4, goes 2 for 5. Brooklyn. Craig, a 1-hitter. Roger Craig throws a 1-hitter over the Cubs. A 3-0 win. Drabowski takes the loss. Red Sox and Indians split a doubleheader. Cleveland takes game 1, 2-1. McLeish beats Sousa. And Busby 1 for 3, 2 stolen bases and 2 walks. In the nightcap, the Red Sox beat him 4-3. Sisler 8-4. Mike Garcia falls to 10-10. Al Smith hits his 7th, drives in 2. Philly beats Milwaukee 6-2. Harvey Haddix gets his 13th. Lou Burdette, that no-hitter in Labor Day didn't help. 14-13. Salahim is 2 for 3. KC downs Washington 8-7 at 11. Brunet 1-0. Stone 6-10. Luttrell 2 for 3, 3 RBI and 2 triples. Jackie Brandt, by the way, for the Giants, had the 4 RBI and the 2 homers. Last but not least, Baltimore beats Chicago in 10, 7-6. Martin 1-0. Dixie Howell falls to 4-6. Larry Doby hits his 21st. 2 for 5 and 2 RBI. Tomorrow, 11:30. For the Red Sox and the Indians, it'll be Menarson for Boston, Bob Feller for Cleveland. Wow! That was awesome. See you tomorrow. Have a good night. Thanks for watching.